Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the OI. It's a tier 6 Japanese super heavy tank. It's located on the north spawn of Lakeville and it's under command of Razmalian Bailov. At least I think that's how you pronounce the name. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, this tank either has a 15cm gun or a 12cm gun. And I think he's got the top gun, which is quite a derp gun, and it's got spectacular damage. You can see here it's possible to do 890 alpha and penetrate 75mm of armor, which is not bad considering it's tier 6. It's very similar to the KV2. In fact, it's the Japanese KV2. Game started. Now the Japanese only ever built one of these mega monsters and it was never accepted for production, and the reason for that was there was a very strong rivalry between the Japanese Army and the Japanese Navy, or the Imperial Japanese Navy and the Imperial Japanese Army, I should say. But yes, it was a very strong rivalry because well, basically the two arms of the Japanese forces, it's difficult to say who they hated more, the enemy or their own side. Yep, it was that simple. The Japanese put most of their steel, most of their hardened steel and their best steel into manufacturing warships. And the first hit comes in from an AMX-13 F3. Now, that's why the Japanese, well, they had a very big navy. Mainly because they were an island, and an island race needs a big navy to defend themselves. That's true for Great Britain, the United Kingdom. We had a very big navy simply because, as an island nation, we depended on on imports from overseas to feed our nation. It's always been the case, actually. The one way of defeating Britain is to starve them to death, or starve British to death, by stopping the ships coming in, and that's why the German U-boats were so effective. Okay, he's aiming at the 88's weak spot, the cupola. Fires his first round in, but he doesn't pen. Of course, Wargaming nerfed HE in the 1.14 update, and this is after the 1.14, so he's got less capacity to damage than he did in the past, or that he may have had in the past. Of course, the OIs are basically hit point pinatas because, yeah, they're very easy for Arty to have a go at. In fact, that AMX-13 F3 just fired a heat round, a premium round, to try and penetrate Razmalian, and he's decided to go all in and charge at the enemy, full speed ahead. He's not stopping, and in fact, that AMD is running away as fast as he can. And Razmalian's loading as fast as he can, but he has got a very long load time, 24.93 seconds without a rammer or a BIA crew, and he's almost loaded, but that AMD is about to find out, and yes, he gets nuked with one shot. Well, they defeated all the enemy in the valley. His charge did work. In fact, now they've got an Easy 8 Cromwell and a 14 TP coming up behind him. And when he's about to encounter the enemy Arty, who are trying to run away as fast as they can, or relocate I should say, redeploy, he's locked onto a T-34-85. He's going to let that aim dial in and nukes him as well for 797, but he didn't get a kill shot. I think it was because I was aiming the way I was, or looking the way I was there, that the enemy tank was outside the reticule, or outside the field of view. Anyway, he's headed into the cap area now, and the enemy who's in the town is rather thinking to themselves right now, oops, how do we cope with this? Because we've got an enemy heavy tank sitting in our cap area. Is he going to stop? Well, yep, he is going to stop, but not side on, because that is a weak spot. You don't want to hit the side of a... You don't want the enemy to hit the side of an OI, because it can penetrate. And so you really basically want to be head on to them. Yes, you expose those boobies, the smaller turrets at the front, but yeah, it's much easier for the enemy to hit the side if you offer it to them. Yeah, the EC8's behind him, and they've capped out. That's it. Game's over. Very quick and very clinical. And, oh, the Skoda went in for a swim because he knew the game was over. Well, that was a very quick battle, and a third-class tanker for Aslains Beiluf in the OI. He managed to get a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and he got a steel wall as well for blocking the most damage in that game of all. At least 11 hits, and well, yes, and over 1,000 hit points of damage blocked. In fact, let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Skoda T25, who right at the end decided to go swimming. He got 2,454 hit points. The second highest damage was, in fact, the enemy. No, it wasn't the enemy there. It was the OI. It was Rasmalian. He got 1,150. And the third highest damage was the T3485M on his own team with 1,138. When it came to kills, it was the share between the EZ8, the Skodas, all managed to get 2 kills apiece, and the Cromwell. And one enemy tank, the Skoda T25, managed to get 2. And when it came to base XP, it was the Skodas that did the best with 913 went to 1. 771 went to the other, and 689 went to the Cromwell. Rasmalian got 653, and of course he only got that one kill, the AMD, which he completely nuked. The reason why there's so many Skodas in the game is obviously down to the Czech heavy tanks, and everybody was playing the Skodas to try and unlock them. He fired 4 rounds in that game, 3 direct hits, 1 penetration on the enemy, and 1 splash. The penetration obviously was the AMD 178B. Damage of 1,150, all of it at close range. Received 11 hits from the enemy, so he only just qualified for the steel wall. 2 penetrations, 8 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash. 1,080 hit points of damage blocked by armour. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 2 and killed 1, and 82 hit points of damage resistance. He got 47 capture points in the cap during that game and earned 18,012 credits. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away 19,318 credits. 653 XP, 5,880 or 5,880 from personal missions payout, and took away 6,860 experience points altogether. Yes, he says, when I say charge, we charge. Well, it worked. It worked. Yes, it's a slow tank, very, very slow. Top speed, as I said, was only 29 kilometers an hour. In fact, I don't think I did say that, but it is very, very slow. But that charge, where everyone was firing at him, laid the road clear for his teammates to come in behind him and kill all the tanks that he was actually charging past. They were all focusing on Rasmalian, and when his teammates were focusing on them. And so he basically made it easy for them to follow up behind and get the kill. So, great little game, short one, but sweet. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do remember that we have a sister channel called The General, where you can watch great replays without any commentary at all. Thanks for watching.